Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome or welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we are making tamales. Now, what awaits you in this is some savory masa dough, tender meat, and flavorful toppings, all wrapped together in a classic Mexican dish. This is really easy to customize and a great recipe to make it home for lunch. So, let's get started.
All right, let's dive right into this recipe. We're going to first start off by soaking our corn husks in a bowl filled with hot water for about 30 minutes or until the husks have softened. And for this, we're going to need about 8 ounces worth of dried corn husks. We're also going to make the dough for our tamales, and for that, in a large bowl or the bowl of a stand mixer, we want to add in 1 1/3 cups worth of vegetable shortening, followed by 1 tablespoon's worth of chicken broth and 1 tablespoon's worth of beef broth. You want to whisk these together until the mix is light and fluffy, which should take about 4 minutes on medium speed. Now, in a separate large bowl, we want to mix together 4 cups worth of masa flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of cumin. Whisking those together until they're well combined. This creates the dry mix for our dough. You want to add this dry mix into the shortening mix and then beat this on high speed until everything is just combined initially. Now we're going to add our remaining broths little by little to this mix. In total, we're going to need 1 1/2 cups worth of beef broth, minus that initial 1 tablespoon we used earlier, as well as 1 1/2 cups worth of chicken broth, minus that 1 tablespoon we used earlier for the dough. The final consistency should be slightly sticky and thick, but move smoothly. We want to cover this dough with a damp paper towel to prevent it from drying out. And while that's setting, we want to create our chicken filling and our bean filling. So for this recipe, I'm going to show you 2 different options for a filling. First, in a medium-sized bowl, you want to mix together 2 cups worth of shredded chicken with 8 ounces worth of salsa verde, and mix that until it's well combined, and you can set that aside. For our bean filling, in a medium-sized bowl, you want to add in 7 1/2 ounces worth of refried beans. You can get them from a can, with 1 cup's worth of your favorite type of shredded cheese. Whisking those together until they're well combined, and you want to set that aside. All right, now we're going to go on to assembling our tamales. You want to place a corn husk, glossy or smooth side face up, onto a flat working surface. We want to scoop 1/4 cup's worth of our dough into the center of the husk. You can place a piece of plastic wrap over the dough and then press the dough to spread the masa into about a 1/4 inch thick layer. You want to spread the dough towards the center and the top half of the husk to allow room to fold the bottom part as part of the process. We want to place about 1 to 2 tablespoons worth of either our chicken or bean filling into a lined portion into the center of the flattened masa. We want to fold the left side of the masa husk over the filling. Next, fold the right side of the masa / husk over the left side. And then finally, fold the bottom of the husk over the masa. What I like to do is trim off some thin strips of the husk to create ties that can hold the tamales in place. This isn't directly necessary, but this can be a helpful way to identify which of your tamales have which filling. So you want to repeat this process for all the remaining batter and filling you have. In total, this can make 24 servings of tamales. Now on to cooking them. We want to add about half to 1 cup's worth of water to the bottom of a large pot or steamer. We want to place a coin or two into the base of this pot before adding the steaming tray. You can place a few corn husks at the surface of the steamer tray to ensure the boiling water does not touch the tamales. Now we want to place our tamales standing upright with the open side face up, packing them all tightly enough so that they remain standing. You can also place a small ramekin in the center of the pot to rest the tamales on to keep them upright. And if you want, you can also add another layer of soaked corn husks on top of the tamales before closing the lid. We want to bring the water to a boil, and you'll know it's boiling when you hear the coins tapping around in the pot. This is a method that they use in Mexico to determine when the water is actually ready. So now once the water is boiling, you want to reduce the heat to low, or 225 degrees Fahrenheit, or 170 degrees Celsius, and let the pot simmer for about 45 to 55 minutes. And now around the 45-minute mark, you want to remove one of the tamales and try to peel off the husk. If the husk easily pulls away from the tamale, they are ready. If not, allow these to steam for an additional 5 to 10 minutes. Once the tamales are ready, you can serve them and enjoy. Congrats, you just made tamales right at home. You can always serve these with a side of fresh pico de gallo, but they have plenty of flavor on their own. I really do hope you give this recipe a try, and when you do, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish.
As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 4, Enhancing Your Inner Chef, and that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed learning how to make tamales, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for the channel. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you click the subscribe button too, so you don't miss out on another recipe. And feel free to share this with all your family and friends.
And stay tuned for next week where I show you one of my favorite entree dishes to make, my baked ziti. It's really easy and the flavors cannot be denied. It tastes so good. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. You can always check out my videos on my page now. YouTube thinks you like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.